Yo, it's time for another brand update. So things are looking very good this past week. I have been scaling up Meta, so we're over £100 a day spend now, still tiny, but yeah, it's looking good. It's profitable front end still, which is great. Just to give you some context, I've been back live with ads probably about 3 weeks now, 2.5, 3 weeks. The last 2 weeks have been great. The first couple of days was just getting back started. And before I paused in April, I think. I'm just looking at my spreadsheet here. So I paused in April, March, April time probably. And the new customer CAC was like 45 in March, 49 in April. So like I was bleeding money, and that's why I paused, just couldn't do it. I thought it was like a failed brand, was never going to work with the product that I had. Versus now, for June, it's that new customer CAC, so new people to the brand, is £23 CAC, okay? And this last week it was like £18. So it's just like a reminder, and for anyone that's doing a brand, like one creative can change everything. It can absolutely cut your CAC, improve your ROAS one day to the next. And that's just a reminder for me as well, this would never happen with a client's account, because you're getting paid to like monitor the account, have fresh creative. But my own brand, I'd stopped making creatives. I didn't have the cash to be paying content creators, and I myself wasn't making ads, and I was just running it with historic ads that had obviously burnt out. And I just thought it was Q1 was bad performance. I thought I'd change stuff in the landing page or with the product that hurt performance, which I think probably still was a factor, and Q1 would have certainly have been a factor. But if I'd been making new ads, I would have had way better CPA for new customers, and probably wouldn't have been bleeding as much money the last couple of months, leading me to pause the whole brand. So yeah, that's good anyway, and going forward I'll be making more ads for sure, because obviously it does help, and being profitable right now front end is perfect. So as I scale up, that's probably going to start being strained. I'm only running on 1-star creative right now, but I've pretty much got like a 85, 90% hit rate on the videos I make, because there's only been 3 that have succeeded in this brand. So yeah, I'll be able to make more videos, no problem, and they'll probably do well, as that obviously is my background. So that's the sort of performance with Meta. I have started Google now, and the products have been approved on Google Merchant Center, which means we can run shopping ads. So we've done a PMAX campaign with shopping ads set up at the moment. It's not spending really though, it's getting impressions, but like nothing, no clicks to spend. It was only launched this week. And I have a brand campaign as well, which again doesn't spend very much, but as we scale up the Meta stuff, that will start getting more traffic, and obviously it'll be spending more, and that should be a valuable asset. So yeah, that's Google really. The actual, I've got an appeal with Merchant Center, which has not been approved, but I was like making some changes on the other products, and they've approved them, because I basically have different variants. I have products with a certain price that are on my main landing page, and then I have like a sale price on the products that are for the ad landing page, and those are the ones that are approved in Merchant Center right now. But for Google, I'd probably rather have the higher priced products in my shopping ads. But hey, at least it's something that we can run for now, see how PMAX works, figure it out, and hopefully those other products get approved at a later date. So that would be that. The other thing is TikTok Shop. I can't get approved in TikTok Shop. Super frustrating, because I'd like to try that out, and also that's another way I could probably get free content from people, because I would just do affiliates. I wouldn't really be posting much on TikTok myself. But yeah, they keep rejecting me for my HACCP certificate, which is basically a hazard risk assessment document. And that is from my actual manufacturer, okay? So my business doesn't have an HACCP because I don't have a facility where I'd be manufacturing. And this is fine for Amazon. Amazon approved for the certificate, but TikTok are like not approving me for this reason. I can't get in touch with anyone. I had some guy speaking to me at one point, and then he just kind of ghosted. And now, yeah, their support never reply. So I've put it in 3 times now. I've tried to add explanations showing, because it could be one of 2 things. One is either that my company is not the company name on the HACCP, because obviously it's the supplier's name. So I've explained that journey. Yeah, this is the supplier. Here's the spec sheet of the product with our name and the supplier's name. You can see it's the same thing, it's connected. So that could be one reason, or the other reason is my supplier changed their name. And you do this document once every 5 years or something, so it has their old name. But again, I've supplied evidence showing company's house for the supplier, saying, hey, look, here is their change of name, saying that this is just a rebrand. Here's the same address. It's just simply a name. So I don't know what the reason is, but there's something wrong with the name of this certificate that they're not accepting. It's a different company, is all I've heard. It's a different company. So what does that mean? Is it because it's a different company from the one on the sheet, or is it because it's not my company's name? But yeah, that's something I'll keep trying with, keep harassing them until I can at least get a hard no. And then there's always other ways, if it is just simply they want the supplier's new name on the sheet, I'll just get the supplier probably to Photoshop their document, I guess, with their new name so that it is legit and it's not me like doing something untoward. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that anyway. Other things would be product development. So I've basically done some surveying of customers. Now that I'm seeing, good profitability on the front end of the current product, I have decided, right, we can keep doing sleep supplements. I don't have to move to just other sleep products, which was a sort of fear of mine when performance was really bad. So yeah, now I'm looking to expand that into either different flavors or a different format, either moving to capsules, 2 products, that kind of thing. And I'm doing surveys at the moment. It's looking like people do want me to keep it as a powder, which is, good. That was my original vision, and that is easier to do. And they're looking for more flavors. And I've got some interesting insights as well from doing this surveying with them, because there's flavors that I thought people would probably prefer, which I'm not doing, which all the competitors are doing. And actually that's probably the flavor that people want the least. So yeah, I've got some good insights there, but I definitely think like a part of the satisfaction of the product, I've got my formula set now, is going to be really working on the flavor so that even if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't improve your sleep, it can still be seen as an enjoyable drink. Like if I'm taking protein shakes or I have like electrolytes, even if you think about things like Lucozade or Powerade, back in the day, people were drinking that not for the intended use. They were just drinking it because they kind of liked the flavor of the drink. And I think that's what I need to get to. So it's like, even if it doesn't work for people, they still like the drink and they can justify giving it a good review or even buying again because they felt some difference and actually they quite like it. It's just like a thing to have. So it's like a functional thing, but it's also just a, what would that be, like a entertainment pleasure thing. That's what I want to move to. And for me to do that, I think it's really going to be a case of I'll have to go back to the UK, which I don't like doing, but yeah, I think go back to the UK, base myself there for 2 months and just properly work on the formula. Revision after revision, don't accept it until it is right, and then launch these new flavors to the world, hopefully for Q4. So like I'm in Colombia at the moment, maybe I've got like another month or 2 here, and then August sort of time, go back to the UK where it's still not the heart of winter, and then that gives me enough lead time to do this process and have the products made for the end of the year, because there's nothing worse than having to wait an extra amount of time because you've got the Christmas holidays. Okay, so let me just look at my sheet, see if I get anything else for you. Google and TikTok, product. Yeah, I think that's probably it for this week, to be honest. But yeah, basically things are looking positive. development of the product. I've also got other product samples coming from China in terms of like different styles of masks, which I'll talk about another time while I'm doing that. But I'll also get like scoopers and stuff. That was feedback from the survey. And then I probably will start looking at packaging as well, because I was previously using a package supplier from the UK, thinking, okay, I just want to get one, quality, but also speed. But in the last batch of the packaging, probably their slip up, the way they were communicating to me to justify it being slow was them talking about it coming from, like it arrived on the border or whatever, which was then flagged to me like, oh, so you're not producing this in the UK, AKA you're just a broker and I'm paying even more money than if I just went and did it for myself in China. So like the next run, I will look at packaging, just sourcing it myself from China to save a bit of cost. And then with that cost saving, might try and get something more eco-friendly, because obviously that's going to cost more money. But if I'm saving the money from getting it from China, that's obviously a benefit I can pass on to the customers. Okay, so that's the update this week. Thanks for watching and follow along for weekly updates.